Hey guys, KemGX here from my Winners Card Games. So I was asked to do by a few people to do a deck profile on my ninjas. So I did some testing with the ninjas. I realized SDs aren't really that great because without Ghoul, the SDs are dead, and I don't want to focus on Ghoul. I do run Ghoul, I just don't want to focus on him. I want to focus on the rush. So my buddy is Tsukikage. It's a 5/2/1. When you be destroyed, discard a non-monster card and keep him alive. Size 3s, I run one Tenbu for the field swipe. For like dungeon, if they're getting too much field, just pop the field, or even Dragon World. If they have a full field and they're ready to go in for Shadow Dive, just pop the Shadow Divers and just attack for 3.
You mean Doctor's Dragon World for the Shadow Divers?
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I meant.
That's fine.
And then even 5, I find it's really good against 5th Omnis. It's just forward wipe and then attack for 3. And then if they have Drum on the field and they pop Tenbu, Drum's already lost soul, so you can just get carry the Drum after it's being destroyed. And then I run 1 Burnova because it's a game ender. If I go to 0 life, there's no hope, but if I Burnova, just go pop Burnova, AK booty, attack, which saves me from taking more damage. 1 Ziyun. I run Ziyun for 2 reasons. One reason is I actually have used it for early game 3 crit damage, just so I can get that damage in as fast as I can. Or even if I want to go for the game-ending blow, I just go Ziyun, attack for 3 crit, try to nullify the nullify, or I put it in Hades Fall for size 3s. Size 2s, 4 Suihas, 5/2/1, size 2, pay 1 gauge when it hits the field, search for your deck for size 1 ninja and add to your hand. I just search for whatever's not in my hand. If I need hand advantage, I'll go for the sheet end. If I need the early game pressure, I'll go for the Tsukikage or Byakuya, depending on the field. If the opponent has a full field and I really need to wipe the field, I go for Byakuya and just wipe the field with Byakuya. But if I need to, I don't always want to use Byakuya's effect. For Gojin Maru, I'm not focusing the deck on Gojin Maru, but Gojin Maru is a win condition that my deck sometimes needs for the late game. And also against 100 demons, they drop Yamigeto, and I don't care, no give fucks given. I just shadow dive over it, or I get rid of Yamigeto by just killing it. Also, it's a 7k booty that most worlds need to link over, so it just walls things. It's good when you can get it off, but if you can't get it off, I wouldn't sweat it, because if you go into a game saying, oh, I need to go Gojin Maru to win this game, you're just gonna lose, because if you can't go Gojin Maru, you're just gonna go, shit, I lost, which is never a good idea. Then size 1s, of course, for the buddy, Nanomachine Ninja Tsukikage. You can combo him with Geppu Bakiri by discarding a card and then using Geppu Bakiri to pop a monster, keep him alive, keeping the fact that you have a monster on the field. Also, he's a 5k beater with 2 crit. 4 Nanomachine Ninja Byakuya. Shadow 5/1/1, size 1, counter if I can discard a card to restand it, and I can use that anytime I want to. So if I need to, I can just reach down 3 times. Like if my opponent has a full field and I really need to go for game, I just need to shadow dive over them. Or if I need to, I can just go attack. But I don't really want to use this effect too much, because then I'll just be left with no hand and nothing to save my ass. It's also really good for going Gojin Maru. 3 Electron Ninja Shiden. My main draw power, pay 1 gauge, dump a Ninja Arts to draw 2. So basically it's a +1 or +2 depending on what card you ditch. It's a card you don't need, you just ditch it. Like Hades Fall late game, if you don't really need Hades Fall late game, you can ditch it, draw 2.
It's too late.
It's just a +2 in that case.
A box too, maybe. It's all gonna sell this weekend, you know that.
Size zeros. 1 count Dawn, of course. Put in Hades Fall, and then after Hades Fall, I can just call it back from my drop zone if I need a field, or it's just a size 0 that I can put next to Ghoul and another size 2 and just hit face. Two Choosing Moon Go, or however you want to pronounce his name. 1-2-1 again for that early game rush to get your opponent going and bait out those nullifiers. And also another size 0 I can put next to Gojin Maru, and another size 1 if I need to. But usually I just go put him on the field side, turn 2 if I'm not going first. If I'm going first, then I just play a weapon. If I'm going second, I just go Gojin, choose Mungo, another monster, and a weapon. And just hit face. For Nimaru, 3-6, 6-3. The reason I run this is over the card that says attack even if a monster in the center. It's just not strong enough to beat over enough monsters, and it just 3 crit is much better for that early game rush. It also beats over more shit. Of course, we got the 8 nullifiers, staple in any deck, basically. You can put this in Shinobi Scrolls and activate on your opponent's turn. For Gepikiri, you want to see 4. You want to see this card because it's just monster removal, and it just your opponent attacks with 1 monster, destroy the monster, destroy the other monster that wants to attack, ruin your opponent's game plan. 3 Hades Fall. The only reason I'm running 3 is because you want to see this game. You want to see this late game, and because late game, the only reason to have this card is either your opponent has no setup, or you can just dump it for Shiden. I side the 4th, but I'll go over that afterwards. 3 Clutch Entities, because this deck does have gauge issues between the Hades Falls, the Omni Lords, Ghoul, and the weapon, and it all adds up, so Clear Serenity is just there to give me the gauge when I need it. It's also a counter timing, so I can use it on my opponent's turn. 2 Shinobi Scrolls, put a Ninja Arts under it, draw a card, and you can activate that Ninja Arts anytime you want to. If it's a counter, you can activate on your opponent's turn. It's just like I think of it as a second hand for me. And then your 1 Tome of Judgment, which is basically if you're 5 life or less, dump your hand, draw 3 new cards, and if you have no cards in hand, just draw 3 new cards. So basically that's the deck profile. So I'll go over the side deck right now. 2 item blastings. For anything that runs weapons, bases their deck around weapons, you just pop it. I don't really side against decks that just have the weapons. I only sided against like Dungeon, Dragon, Dungeon, Danger. Basically, those are the only 2 decks that really I fear weapons with. 2 mat flipping techniques. It's basically your Solemn Warning for this game, or in Magic terms, Beyond. It's good against anything that needs the bases their deck on a monster to get them set up, like Dragon World, Dragon World. When I say Dragon World, Jackknife, Star Dragon World for their Jackknife, Magic World for their Searcher, or even the card that says burn 2 when you rest it. It just gets rid of that monster that will burn you for 2 and that you can't stop. It's also good against the mirror match to stop Ghoul. 2 Art of Item Blasting for sometimes dungeon, but you don't really care because it's just gonna go in that one turn. And then you have my friend who plays Skull Warriors, so just pop his Monster Reborn for skulls. Spell Nullifier. You side this against. I usually side this against Dragon World and Star Dragon World sometimes, but it's just go for game. They Blue Dragon Shield, and just let the attack go through. Or even I can side this against Magic World if they go clock. Stop the clock. And then we got 1 Hades Fall. I usually side this in against Ancient World when I don't want to get when I want them to have the Radiant Spirits out, and I want to see this card at any time of the game, because just go set, and then you can chain them on the same monster. And then 1 Tenbu, 1 SD Tenbu, gets rid of I can summon it to pop a size 1 monster, or I can remove a card from a soul of a monster, like it's good against Dungeon. If they're running Drum, remove the soul out of Drum, or even Star Dragon World, remove the soul out of Jackknife, or even Jackknife for Dragon World, remove the soul. So yeah, so that's the deck profile. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later.